Hello, welcome to today's channel, today's talk. Today we're going to be discussing the digital dollar and the central banking digital currency, or the CBDC, and its impact on the economy and society as a whole. Firstly, let's discuss the Federal Reserve's work on the digital dollar.
President Biden issued an executive order to explore the creation of a U.S. central bank digital currency, effectively converting the dollar into a centralized digital currency.
You see, the Federal Reserve has been researching and exploring the possibility of creating a digital version of the US dollar. Now, this would allow for faster and more secure transactions, as well as greater financial inclusion for those who don't have access to traditional banking services.
The Chinese last month unveiled the world's first digital currency from a major power. Currency that would not be printed, but would exist only in cyberspace on your phone, for example. Is the Fed working on a digital dollar?
We are actually evaluating that. Most major countries are now looking at the possibility of having a digital currency and really asking the question.
Now, one interesting aspect of the digital dollar is the possibility of money expiring. This means that the digital currency will have an expiration date, much like a gift card. This will definitely incentivize people to spend their money rather than hoarding, which could help stimulate the economy. China's already doing it with the yuan. Now, what exactly is the CBDC? The central banking digital currency is a digital version of a country's currency that is issued and backed by the country's central bank. It is important to note that the CBDs are different from cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, which are decentralized and not backed by any government entity. Currently, many countries are already implementing their own CBDC.
What if I told you 90% now of the world's central banks say they're investigating a central bank digital coin?
For example, China has already rolled out its digital yuan, and many other countries are in the process of developing their own CBDCs. In the US, there are already digital payment systems in place, such as Venmo and PayPal. However, these digital dollars will be different in that they'll be backed by the Federal Reserve, making it an official government currency. But before we dive into the next segment, here's a word from our sponsor. I want to take a moment to talk about the importance of financial literacy, especially for families. It's a topic that isn't often discussed, but can make a significant impact on our lives. And that's why I'm excited to share our sponsor for this video, a company called Children of Wealth that produces excellent resources and tools for families to increase their financial literacy. So without further ado, let's take a look at Children of Wealth and what they have to offer.
Enter the new world of reading and welcome to the Children to Wealth Academy, where each enrollment is equipped with the virtual reality experience that takes you inside each page of the book. You will learn super engaging financial cartoon explainer style books. Zero financial education or business skills are needed. Children to Wealth books are perfect for family and friends, religious organizations, public schools, charter schools, trainers and presenters, private schools, nonprofits, and much more. You can use Children to Wealth to improve your financial vocabulary, saving mechanism, college planning, eating diet, financial history, business strategies, and much more. Engage your kids, nieces, and nephews better than ever before with financial literacy cartoon animation books, and do it all with little to no financial education or business skills using the brand new Children to Wealth Academy. Special limited time offer, 90% off, one-time price, no monthly fees forever. Grab the special Children to Wealth offer while it's still available and pay no monthly fees forever. Google sold separately.
And according to CITI reports, it's estimated that there will be 5 trillion digital dollars circulating by the year 2030. Now, this is a significant amount of money, and it's important to consider the potential impact that this could have on the economy and society as a whole. However, there's a significant amount of skepticism and lack of trust when it comes to the government's ability to handle this implementation of a digital dollar. In fact, according to surveys, most Americans don't trust the government to handle this properly. This lack of trust has led many people to turn to alternative forms of digital currency, such as Cash App and cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. However, it's important to consider the potential downsides of relying solely on these alternative forms of digital currency. For example, these currencies are not backed by any government entity and are subject to market volatility. This means that the value of the currency can fluctuate rapidly, which can be problematic for both businesses and individuals. And it's important to note that the exploration of CBDCs is not limited to just a handful of countries. In fact, 114 countries representing 95% of global GDP are currently exploring the possibility of issuing a CBDC. This shows that the move towards digital currencies is a global trend that is not limited to just a few countries. Federal Reserve's focus on digitizing the dollar is not just about creating a digital version of the currency. It's about creating a true digital currency that is not reliant on digital claims or IOUs, which is the system that we have today. This is why it's important for the Federal Reserve to explore the possibility of a CBDC, as it will provide a more secure and reliable system for handling digital currency. You see, now when you send money by Cash App or Venmo, banks then use a third-party bank to verify people's money, which is needed to add that additional layer of security and trust, because you're not really sending the money. Now, that is important for maintaining the integrity of the financial system. Now, while cryptocurrencies do offer a decentralized system for handling digital currency, it's important to consider that the government needs to have some level of control of the money supply to maintain economic stability. So the CBD would give the government complete control of the supply of money, which is good for maintaining economic stability, which we are already doing now by the use of quantitative easing, which we have seen during the pandemic when the government flooded the economy with money by buying mortgage-backed securities and treasury bonds. And currently, the Federal Reserve is also able to shrink the money supply by the use of quantitative tightening, which is the same thing in reverse by selling off assets, which was seen by the bailouts of these recent banks. Now, one of the benefits of the CBDC is speed, as it will allow for quicker and more efficient transactions. It could also potentially help with taxes, as the government could have direct view of people's income and make adjustments accordingly. However, there are also potential downsides, such as the possibility of increased surveillance.
So what the central bank digital currency is all about is surveilling Americans and controlling behavior of Americans. And how do we know? Because we've seen this happen in other parts of the world.
The ability to freeze assets and the potential for expiration dates on money, which will discourage saving. Now, it's important to note that this may sound like a conspiracy theory, but it's not. We don't have to look at China to see how this is coming. In fact, we can look back to 1933 when President Roosevelt gave people 1 month to give up their claims to gold. Now, what is crazy is the penalty for not doing so was 10 years in jail and a fine of $10,000 or $183,000 in today's dollars. In conclusion, the exploration of the CBDC is a global trend that shows no sign of slowing down. While there are potential benefits to a digital currency, it's important to consider both the pros and cons before moving forward implementation. Ultimately, the goal should be to create a system that is secure, reliable, and benefits society as a whole. Thank you for joining, and as always, this information was not free. The cost that I ask that you pay for listening is that you like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and subscribe. See you guys soon.